Last year I shared that I was diagnosed with ADHD and was medicated, and then I got pregnant. So I have been off of ADHD medication since I got pregnant because I am now breastfeeding. I did recently start an SSRI to help with PPD and PPA. However, that's not necessarily going to affect or help any of the ADHD things that I struggle with. And coming up with meal ideas has been the bane of my existence since postpartum, because as someone with ADHD, the decision fatigue is so real, and especially throwing a baby into the mix, holy freaking cow, it is so much. So I feel like a couple of my tips for like eating breakfast have really been to stick to things that are super simple. And then also, I'm a hyperfixation girly, so once I like something, I will just eat it every single week for multiple weeks in order to keep my life easier. So here's a few of my favorite hyperfixation breakfasts that I've been having lately. Frozen Kodiak cake waffles with a little bit of nut butter and some hemp seed. So the waffles are going to provide us with carbohydrates, a little bit of fiber. The nut butter and the hemp seed are going to provide us with healthy fats and a little bit of protein. And then I usually pair it with a 20-gram Chobani complete drink, because this is also 20 more grams of protein to keep me full and satisfied. And it's super easy, super simple. I don't even have to think about it. And there is very minimal prep involved in this meal besides me putting this into the toaster. My husband and I both like the frozen Jimmy Dean Delight sandwiches. We're gonna have protein coming from the egg white and then also the turkey sausage. I personally don't like cheddar cheese, so I usually pull that off, but that would provide you with a little bit of fat. To substitute the cheese, I like to add a little bit of avocado onto this to add some extra fiber and add some extra healthy fats. If I have it on hand, I'll also toss some spinach or some arugula on here to add some extra color and some antioxidants. Or I'll throw a piece of fruit on the side, like an apple, a banana, an orange, some grapes, honestly, kind of whatever we have in the refrigerator. Once again, another just really easy option that I add nutrient density to keep me more full and satisfied and provide my body with the nutrients that it needs. I love a Perfect Bar because they actually have a sufficient amount of calories, and they've also got a really great balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So sometimes I will just have this for breakfast just to get me started for the day. Sometimes I'll pair it with a piece of fruit as well just to get in some extra antioxidants and vitamins and minerals. But this is another really easy option. They have a ton of really great flavors. I love the peanut butter chocolate chip flavor. Other options that I've been eating but don't have on hand right now because they just aren't my hyperfixation at the current moment have been pre-made hard-boiled eggs. I like to put those on a piece of avocado toast, so we're getting some fats, we're getting some protein, we're getting some fiber and some color there as well. Super easy, super simple because it requires minimal prep on my end. And then another one that I really like is mush oatmeal. I'll typically add some Greek yogurt to that to add a little bit of extra protein. And then I'll also add some nut butter for some heart healthy fats, and then mix in some berries as well for a little bit of additional color, fiber, and antioxidants. Honestly, the goal is just to keep it super simple and super easy and have grab and go things. That is how I've been able to stay consistent with breakfast, especially as a new mom and someone who has ADHD.